Hey there, Pisces fam. How's it going? Thank you so much for joining me in this tarot reading. I want to see what kind of positive vibes you may have to look forward to in March of 2025. Shall we? All right, as per usual, I've already pre-shuffled, so let's go ahead and cut the decks together. We're going to begin with the archetypes, splitting in three, pulling the middle to the top, baby. And that card is the Unseen. It's like I'm talking to Pisceans or something. Hey. And on the bottom of the deck is the Siren. I feel like you are not only receiving messages from those who have passed from the other side, your ancestors, the universe. There's a pull. That voice, something's pulling you, right? And, but it's something that's within you. So maybe now more than ever, now that you've experienced everything that you've experienced, it's just different. Maybe these are gifts and things that you've always experienced, you've always known is a thing. If that resonates, I'm not here to dictate, but now it's just different. Because you're different, you've grown, you've evolved, you're older, you have all this life experience that you've accumulated, for lack of better words, right? What about the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck? Let's see what they can add in with. Voyage. You already have all the answers. Funny that. On the bottom of that is Bitch Fire. Stand up for yourself. Okay. So there's someone interesting pairing with that deck. There's someone who is trying, maybe they're like that stereotypical type of narcissist that we tend to hear of all too often, that can be so very detrimental to our health, right? And our minds. Or someone like, you're not putting up with their bad behavior anymore. You're not putting up with their shit anymore. And they don't like it because it's like you're not a doormat or something. What? And fuck them, all right? This isn't a time to just, I'll just let it boil over. You know what I mean? Like they'll get tired and they'll leave me alone and I'm just going to just keep to myself. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to make it worse. No. This isn't that time. You stand up for yourself, right? You can be eloquent. You can still be respectful. You can still have your integrity, but you do not deserve that crap, right? And you know it. You know it. And you have a lot of support that's trying to help you through this. This card is about receiving messages from the other side. Maybe you've been having these dreams that are so vivid and wild, and you're recognizing maybe there's more to it than just simply dreams, right? And it feels like a culmination, like now that you're at this point in life, it's just going to be different. Everything, you know what I mean? Like, you know better now. You know more. You're able to see from these different perspectives. So things like clairvoyance and clairaudience and tarot and everything, it's different. It's always been intriguing for some, but it's like now you have that wisdom gained to be able to interpret and build, kind of like a muscle, an athlete, a baller or a dancer or something. Like, too many people don't realize that dancers are athletes too. You know what I'm saying? What about the tarot? Let's see if we can get some clarification. We can at least try, right, fam? I'm here to try right alongside with you. I'm being silly. We're going to do this. We're going to get into it, right? What is chapter 1? Because I tend to think of this as a story. Don't mind me. I am silly. Let's go. Fam, why am I pulling the Five of Pentacles right off the bat? What's that? What's that? We have this black background going on, which in the Rider-Waite Smith, you know, with Pamela's designs, a lot of times black backgrounds like that speak of depression, mourning, loss. And this is a card that can speak of like a lack mindset, FOMO, right? And the more you think of it, the more, you know, like if we want to, listen, I'm really into Neville Goddard. So I'm just gonna, we're just, you know, just bear with me if you need to. I appreciate you either way. What you think of, what you focus on, you enable. Our minds are so freaking powerful, right? Your mind is incredibly powerful. And if what you're thinking of is your loss and what you no longer have and all of that shit, then how is anything supposed to change, right? The point, the like good side, the positive vibe side of this to this coin is they're in motion. They haven't given up. They keep going. This one even has crutches, dude. And they keep going. They're not crouched underneath that window like, fuck my life. You know what I mean? They keep moving forward. I like to think that there's a door over there and they're just going to go inside and be like, woo. You know what I mean? You got to keep going forward. Keep pushing forward because that's a whole, it looks like it's snow, a whole heck of a lot of snow. So we have that element of white going on as well. That innocence, purity, or the rainbow. All those colors, you know what I mean? And the pentacles aren't just money. They're the earth. That's everything. That's what sustains us. So, yeah, that's where we're starting. Chapter 2 is the Nine of Swords. So you've really been in your head loop-a-doop-a-dooping. That anxiety, that stress, and you need to break the cycle. Maybe that's why they're nagging at you, fam, because they're like, whoa, 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 time out, time out. This isn't it. This isn't what you deserve. Let us help you. You know what I mean? Because you know you don't deserve that shit. You don't deserve it. If somebody's been feeding you a bunch of crap and blaming you and stuff, and then you're just like, okay, well, fuck me then. Nah. What's chapter 3? The Devil card. We have another black background. Pisces. What's going on? This speaks of unhealthy coping mechanisms. Addictions, mechanisms. Okay, I said that correctly. And it's a very, very deep in the earth kind of earth card, right? In Capricorn, if I'm not mistaken. But it also has, they look like the Lovers, right? The Lovers card. But the thing about this that tends to get me is, see if I can keep Papa YouTube from getting pissy with me. If you can see that chain, it's not taut, right? It's kind of slack. So let's go on to chapter 4. Let's see what the rest of the story is. Running theme for all of us these days. It's all of us. By that, I mean astrological signs, right? Not all of us individuals, but whatever, you know, whatever your sun sign, your moon sign, your ascendant, all that good, your havens and all that good is, it's such a time for transformation. It's such a time for healing and getting our heads on right and recognizing that there are elements to our lives and ourselves that just simply don't serve, certainly not anymore, right? I mentioned in one of the others that, you know, as you age, you begin to realize what's tends to be going on, what really tends to be going on when it comes to these midlife crises and shit, is what if it's just a matter of, I've been doing the thing. You go to school, you get married, you have a 2.5 kids cards, what? Boom, right? You got the white picket fence. Everything's fine and dandy, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? And yet, but the thing that's going on for so many of us right now is we're done with the Band-Aids. We're done with the symptoms. And we're getting to the root causes. Someone, some event, certain things hurt you deep down in those especially juicy bits when you were younger that you've been carrying with you. And then because that's there, it's like this cycle just keeps looping and looping and looping. And what happens when we have unhealthy nudity, unhealthy coping mechanisms, addictions, self-torture? There are 3 swords there. Is one of them yours? Tends to be for most of us, right? We're getting to the root of it all. So this may feel painful, this may be very difficult, but it's a part of the process because you're done. You're done with it. And we're figuring out how to come out of it, how to alchemize that shit from unhealthy coping mechanisms into healthy, figuring out healthy boundaries, placing boundaries, period, right? What's coming up underneath that 5 of Pentacles? Yeah, we got another 3 card. We got another 3 card, and it's the 3 of Wands, right? Coming up underneath that 5 of Pentacles. That's what I'm talking about. You know that you're in a transition. You know that you're moving on. Fuck yeah. And you're ready for more growth, to expand. Now that you're healing, you're able to continue on. You're ready for more, right? You're not crouched under that window. You're moving on, forward and forward to bigger and better, right? If you started your own business, if you've been doing your own thing, it's time to expand. Maybe you're gonna franchise that shit. You know what I mean? Just that growth of it all. The Wands are fire. They're that passion, courage, drive, and creativity. Now, the Swords are the mind, right? More swords. This card has such a bad rep. It tends to be referred to as the thief of the tarot. And my little positive spin flip side to that is that's all that wisdom gained, right? And I kind of feel it because it's broad daylight. We're done with the dark backgrounds, fam. And now we're in the gold. Yep. I just did that. Yep. I'm not going to edit it out. We're going with it, fam, because this is good. As far as I'm concerned, this is good. This is taking all that wisdom, all that bullshit that you dealt with, and moving on. Saying, hey, you know what? You can keep this crap. You can keep that shit. That's all you, bud. That's all you. Deuces. And you're moving on. Right? Rather than, it's coming up underneath the 9 of Swords. Rather than continuing to torture yourself, continuing to bathe in anxiety, unable to sleep because your mind has become a torture chamber, a prison, right? Moving on, figuring out what you want, what belongs to you, leaving the pain behind and moving on with all of that wisdom. What's coming up underneath the Devil card? Fuck yeah, dude. It's the King of Wands. The Queen and King of Wands have literally, they're like the phoenixes. They've been there. They've done that, right? This king is so secure now. He survived. He made it through. And we're not kicking off the ashes. That's in the past too. He's able to delegate and take care of that kingdom and hear other opinions, able to recognize where others are on their path without judging them for it, right? And alchemize. He's got a golden throne, for crying out loud. Alchemy, turning that pain into pleasure. And that's coming up underneath the Devil card. Damn! Fucking love tarot, dude. It's so cool. I love it when this happens. What's coming up underneath that Three of Swords? It's the Queen of Swords. Hey, balance. Heck yeah. I like to say that the King and Queens of Swords are really good at friendly debate. They're not getting emotional and taking things personal. They can hear other opinions just fine, right? These two, you got it covered. You know what I mean? There's so much peace of mind that's able to happen now. And she's coming up underneath the Three of Swords. That clarity, fam. Now that it's far enough in the past, you can have better clarity over the situation. It's easier for you to recognize where they were, those people in the past that hurt you, betrayed you, right? It's like, oh, that's what was going on. It's similar. What I'm feeling is very similar to learning that you're autistic. And it's like we go through this phase of mourning a bit because there's the life that you thought you were aspiring toward, the person that you were trying to be, that you thought you were supposed to be, and recognizing that's not you. It's not for you. Regardless of how much time and energy you put into it, it's not for you. But also, what was really going on with those relationships in the past? Realizing, oh, that person was not my friend. Oh, that person didn't love me at all. Oh, that can really freaking suck. That can really hurt at times. But it's wisdom, right? Lessons learned. And living like it. And being free. There's this little birdie out there. Free and soaring. Right? There's a freedom to that clarity and that healing. You don't need to be perfect to move on. You don't need to be fully healed to live out the rest of your life and being happy. You just need to follow through. You just need to take care of yourself. Right? What's the epilogue to this epic tale? What did I say about now that you're here? So much is making sense. And it's time for new beginnings. Whatever you may believe in, this imagery is speaking of gifts from the divine. And it's the good old, we began with the Pentacles and we're ending with the Pentacles. Now that you're here, here's everything on a golden platter. The question is, do you accept? Are you open to receive? Your hopes and dreams, everything you wanted, the energy that you want to emanate and draw into you. Are you open to that? Are you open to love that doesn't hurt you? That doesn't disrespect your boundaries, that doesn't insult your intelligence? Are you open to that? Because it's trying to come right on in this month. You have a gift waiting for you that's trying to get to you, that's trying to reach you in March. I told you, I'm going to lift you right back up, fam. I'm going to lift you right back up. Once we got past that Devil card and the rain, of this card, what's that song from the original Crow soundtrack? It can't rain all the time, fam. And it's a lot of gray in that background. Gray tends to speak of impartiality, neutrality, non-bias, right? It's so far back there. Why do you keep picking the scabs? It doesn't need to be fresh anymore. That's back there. Leave it back there. Fuck them. It's not love that broke your heart, that insulted your intelligence. It was that person. You know what I mean? In the past. They're unworthy of you. Okay? And on the bottom of this deck, it's the Page of Wands. There may be a message of maybe an invitation to go on a new adventure, right? I like to think of this. Look at that clear background. Oh my goodness. I mean, the Queen of Swords has a bit of blue. There's mild blue action happening here, but once we got past that golden dawn, that sunrise type of shade, we got a lot of blank canvas action going on in that background. And this page, I like to say, is looking at that one like, whatever am I going to do with you? Where shall we go next, fam? I'm so happy for you. You deserve this. Get it. What about some extra notes for this incredible reading? We got some cards that want to be seen. So fine. Oh my goodness. Air. No, air. What am I talking about? Water. Did this extra note card come up for every single water sign this month? This is a quote from the season 6 finale of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The hardest thing in this world is to live in it. Be brave. Live. All right? Please. Please. And the other one is, I want to say that people keep saying it's Mark Twain. It's a Mark Twain quote. Feel free to correct me in the comments if you know its actual origin. But sing like no one's listening. Love like you've never been hurt. Dance like no one is watching. And live like it's heaven on earth. And cut in the deck what I wanted to pull. What I was going to pull. Because we're continuing on. Treat yourself. Yeah, treat yourself. Heck yeah. And don't be a statistic, okay? Don't do that. Come on now. Don't do that. And on the bottom, lineage. Break the cycles. Proud ancestors. Well done, fam. Well done. Don't worry about any particular thing. You're already doing it. Follow through. Figure out those boundaries, what, you know, how to alchemize whatever it is, however that resonates for you. Okay? It's a great time for that. It's time. And you're already doing it, aren't you? You already know. That's not my first time saying that, seriously. Oh, fam. Thank you so much for joining me. My goodness, are you a hugger? It's okay if you're not. I can respect that. You know what I mean? My goodness gracious, the water fam this month. Fam, you're going through it. But that's okay, because this month is time to come out the other side. Boosh, 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 boosh. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for sticking it through this entire time. We got down deep, but we came right on back up. Boosh, you are thriving. It is time. We have royalty in the end, right? Balance between the masculine and the feminine. Boosh, boosh, boosh. You've got this. And always remember that I love you.